For each commencement ceremony, one graduate is asked to speak on behalf of the graduating class. The graduate chosen by the faculty for this ceremony is Nina Page. Nina is the mother of one son, sister to 4 brothers, area manager to a team of senior service case managers, an inspiration to her co-workers, peers, and clients. She is also a dedicated servant to the residents that she serves in some of the most challenging areas in the city of Chicago. Born and raised on the south side of Chicago, she is the first person in her family to graduate from college. Nina's passion has always been working with people and writing poetry. She began her professional career after attending Kendall College for 2 years, where her focus was on human services and psychology. She knew in her heart that she would work with populations in need to realize their greatest potential. That passion led her to her first job at Misericordia Heart of Mercy, where she worked with persons with mild to profound developmental disabilities. She left Misericordia to accept a position with the Department of Children and Family Services, where she worked for 9 years caring for children in temporary custody of the state. She then moved to the Family Reunification Pilot Program, where she worked tirelessly to reunite parents and children. Her journey led her to become a certified domestic violence advocate, working with survivors of domestic violence, and a certified parenting instructor, facilitating effective Black parenting classes at the Northwestern Memorial Hospital's Prentice Clinic for chemically dependent pregnant and parenting women. Along the way, she has created and managed a social service component for 3 different organizations. With over 20 years of experience, while providing direct service for over 10,000 adults, seniors, and youth in Chicago, she will continue to work with this population after she receives her college degree, because this is her passion and life's work. Please join me in welcoming Nina Page to the podium.
Good afternoon, President Haas, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, fellow graduates, family, and friends. It's a great honor to be chosen as NEIU's 2016 commencement speaker, student commencement speaker. I have to first thank God, for without Him, I wouldn't be standing here today before you, nor would I have completed this part of my journey so successfully. I'd like to thank my family and friends, especially my son Vincent, whose calm and quiet demeanor comforted me on many occasions. Thank you to my professors who challenged me to exceed beyond my capacity. And last, but by no means least, thank you to the non-traditional degree program, its staff, and my advisors, Dr. Kim Sanborn, Jennifer Blair, and Jacqueline Butler. You ladies rock. You all supported me, you counseled me, advised me, encouraged me, and checked me when I needed to be checked. Each one of your personalities seemed to be just what I needed at any given time. My position as area manager has been an extension of who I am and the work that I do. I believe that's why I've been so successful. However, I realized that I could only go so far without a college degree. Without the non-traditional degree program, which is designed for students like myself who work full-time as a single parent and may be just a tad bit older than the traditional student, let's just say the program was an educational lifeline, one that allowed me to stand before you today as a college graduate. The non-traditional degree program afforded me the flexibility to attend classes in the evenings and work 40+ hours a week. The advisors, while knowledgeable, offered much more than advising sessions. They created a holistic atmosphere that spoke to the head and the heart. It was not a one-sided relationship. My advisors reached out to me often to provide encouragement and keep me focused on the task to complete this part of my journey. My advisors not only offered me guidance as an undergraduate, they've encouraged me to continue my academic journey. There is so much more a person gets out of this program beyond a degree. I am a walking testament to the quality of learning, level of care and concern, and the effectiveness of the Interdisciplinary Studies program. As the recipient of a fall 2015 non-traditional degree program merit scholarship, it assisted me in affording me the opportunity to reach the first tier of my academic ladder. I would like to take this time to speak about my journey at NEIU, the people who inspired me and helped me to be an inspiration to others. My journey may be a little different than many of you. However, our journey led us to one common goal: walking across this stage today to receive a college degree after much hard work. My NEIU journey began in 2012 after being accepted into the Bachelor's of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies program. My first class of the first semester was a WIP course called Communication in the Inner City, taught by Professor Zeta Johnson, a gem who teaches and inspires many at the Jacob Carruthers Centers in Bronzeville, which happens to be the neighborhood where I work. On the very first night of class, I heard Professor Johnson say, D2L, which is the avenue used to post homework assignments and have discussions. Post homework? Have discussions? My first reaction was, we don't write papers and hand them in? I had no idea what posting was, let alone D2L. I thought, man, I am in trouble. But that wasn't the worst part. I had signed up for a WIP class. Can you imagine not knowing how to use D2L or Post or use Dropbox? And to top it off, this class was a writing intensive course, which is a requirement to graduate. I thought about dropping the class, but something inside me wouldn't let me do it. I earned an A. Thank you, Professor Johnson, for always referring to me as one of your scholars. I feel like one today. My journey may be somewhat different than many of yours because I already have a career that I love and enjoy. A career that is an extension of who I am and how I live my life. I strongly believe in and live by the Maya Angelou quote, when you get, give, when you learn, teach. As my bio states, I am currently an area manager at a social service agency where I manage 2 teams of case managers, and they can attest to how strongly I believe in that saying. On one particular semester, I had classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I taught my case managers on Wednesdays and Fridays. I was so eager to share with them what I learned that I subjected them to weekly lessons. For example, I would have contests on African American history, and whoever won would get a day off. They started looking forward to me sharing the knowledge I was obtaining at NEIU. When I came to pick up my cap and gown on April 6th, I started crying when I neared the gates surrounding the campus. I couldn't believe I was going to graduate. When I look back on my journey to this day, on this stage, I see that what kept me motivated was my work helping the people in the community. I feel so grateful to be able to make a difference in people's lives. As I go forward, I will use my degree to continue working with my families in the inner city neighborhoods of Chicago. Because we need to see positive changes in the world that lift people up and give them a hope for a better life. My fellow graduates, we all need to continue our journey and become lifelong learners. We must take what we've learned from our professors and classmates and work to change what's wrong in our world, whether it's working with inner city families like myself or whatever your passion may be. Also, be that example and inspiration to accept everyone for who they are, regardless of the skin they're in. Finally, remember that the diversity of students, staff, and professors at NEIU is just a reflection of what awaits us in this great big world. So as you go forward on your next journey in life, be that inspiration to others by first being that change you want to see in the world. Thank you.